Hey guys, good morning. Your friend Sebastian, Foundation 1440 here in Durango, Colorado. And you can see my daughter in the hot tub behind me, just bubbling away right on a beautiful Monday. And guys, I couldn't be more excited to be with you this morning because I got motivated. And here it turns out if you get up and you get your workout on, right, and you put your earphones in and you listen to something for business focus, right, or motivation, it'll get you in the zone, right? And before I get out there in the world and start dealing with all the curveballs that are coming, battling it out for the day, right? I'm gonna get my head screwed on. And this morning I listened to a super fun podcast. It's called The Stash, and it's a mountain biker named Payson McElveen, and amongst many ballers in anything two wheels, right, in Durango, Colorado. He has his own podcast, and he was interviewing one of my heroes and one of our heroes in Durango, local legend, three-time Olympian Todd Wells, right? And Gage, my son, right, on Friday night was battling it out with Cooper Wells, 6 and 7 years old, right, at the local BMX track. And so who you surround yourself with matters, right? And in Durango, Colorado, what I was thinking about this morning is, man, just at rest, the average person in Durango, right, is probably a baller at something. I mean, we have just some of the most incredible athletes here. And what happens over 20, 30, 40 years of being like known for athletes is that more and more athletes live here, and more ballers, people that are in amazing shape, show up here. And our kids are these amazing kids, right? And the talent coming out of Durango, Colorado, especially on two wheels, right, is some of the finest in the world, right? And likely will put Durango back on the international map, right? With the Euros kind of got away with the biking for too long, right? But now we've got guys coming out of Durango like Quinn Simmons, right? He and his dad, I mean, talk about, living in a community that's competitive, right? These guys are competitive about anything they do, His dad will outcompete you building a house and then get on a bike and crush you, right? And we've got Todd Wells talking to Payson McElveen, and he's just talking about how Durango just brings in this talent, and it fosters talent, and there's more and more talented people as time goes on, right? And so who you surround yourself with matters, right? Here in Durango, Colorado, one of the reasons I realize I'm just so competitive and I want to compete. I don't like to lose. I do all I can to always be a gracious loser, right? As I kind of laughingly would say Ricky Bobby's got it right, first loser, and yet and I'm not an overbearing dad, right? Even though I just want the best for my son when he's racing, I want the best for that girl behind me. And you realize I don't have to worry about it too much, right? Because I've surrounded myself with athletes at the highest level in Durango. I probably don't need to worry about these kids staying in shape for the rest of their life. It's kind of what we do here. And I realized when I look back at my mom, right? My mom in the 70s, me and my friends I'm looking over at my mom like, she's in a leotard in the other room doing the Jane Fonda before Jane was a thing. And of course, my friends were probably looking over there like, hey, check out Mrs. Hartley. And I'm like, holy moly, man, what's she doing over there, right? And so it's not a surprise that I got my buns out of bed and got after it this morning, right? And so, guys, who you surround yourself with matters. And if you need to, right now is the time to surround yourself with people at the highest level more than ever, right? Because we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. And there's a lot of work to be done, and you're going to have to find some passion and perseverance, right, for what you do and do it again, right? It's a bummer. We're just warming up after the last debacle of the last decade, and here comes this international pandemic. And so, guys, who you surround yourself with matters. Take a moment right now. Think about who's around you. You got somebody that's just helping you to set your mindset. Do you have your voice of reason, the person you're going to talk to when you made the mistake of watching the news and it's like, the pandemic, right? Who's your voice of reason? Who is it around you that's making sure and holding you accountable to doing the things you need to do to take things to the next level, right? If I had to take another lesson away from listening to Todd Wells, right, is that And I want to talk to him and ask him about who coached him and how much self-coaching he did, because I think if I watch these mountain bikers and these a lot of these elite road racers coming up, and I'm watching them around me, I'm watching the best in the world. A lot of them are self-coached, or their parents, right? And it's interesting because these guys they hold themselves accountable at the highest level, and that just takes a special person. And if you know me, I would tell you to get a coach, be a coach. Join my Joy Broker coaching, because we can help you get there sooner. And so I'm going to have that conversation with Todd. I want you to take away from this that you better look around and see who's around you, and if need be, relegate the people that are sucking the energy and not building you up to like sports is coming back. You can watch the game with them, and the people that are like, let's go, let's build it, let's crush it, let's do this. Surround yourself with them, right? And a rising tide floats all boats, and that's what we see in Durango, man. The average person here, man, we're competitive. Try to get a shopping cart, man, and it's like you can kind of see we're all judgy and don't be messing with that one. They just cleaned it, no COVID, right? And if you're on the trails, man, it's like, oh, hey, we're just casual, right? And that's just how we roll. Who you surround yourself with matters. And if you surround yourself with ballers, this little girl, you never know. Sky's the limit, guys. I love you. Think about it. Be purposeful about it. Make your way, and make some hay while the sun shines.